Hi, I'm Chris Gildon, your state senator for the 25th Legislative District, and welcome to my legislative update. Last week, I shared information about bills going through the Human Services, Reentry, and Rehabilitation Committee, and this week, I'd like to update you on some of the bills going through the Housing Committee that concern the eviction moratorium. Last week, I had a meeting with the governor and several other legislators to discuss some of the proposals to get us out of this current eviction moratorium. And while we don't know exactly how it's going to turn out yet, here are three of the bills that were discussed in that meeting. First is Senate Bill 5160. This bill would prevent homeowners from terminating a lease or refusing to renew a lease that expires for up to 2 years after a public health emergency. It does allow tenants to cancel the lease with only 20 days notice. It requires homeowners to provide a repayment plan if rent is less than 6 months in arrears. If it's more than 6 months, then they could go to arbitration and the state would pay legal counsel for the tenant, while the homeowner would pay for their own legal counsel. Next is Senate Bill 5139. It simply keeps rents from going up in the first year after the eviction moratorium ends. Specifically, it prohibits rent increases for the first 6 months after the moratorium ends, and then it limits increases to no more than 3% above consumer price index for the last 6 months. Finally, there's a House Bill 1228, which suspends the eviction moratorium immediately. It requires homeowners to provide tenants with an affidavit of COVID hardship and a repayment plan. It creates the Emergency Rental Assistance Grant Program to assist both homeowners and tenants with past due rent. It establishes the Early Resolution Program to facilitate resolution of non-payment of rent. And it requires homeowners to notify tenants of this Early Resolution Program before filing any eviction paperwork. Of the three, I favor House Bill 1228. It's the most well thought out, and it takes both renters and homeowners into consideration. None of these bills, however, will solve our larger problem, which is the high cost of housing in our state, which is in large part due to the simple principle of supply and demand. You see, right now, we're short of about 250,000 housing units across our state. Inventory for affordable housing is low, and inventory for that middle housing is also low. We just need more apartments, condos, duplexes, and single-family homes. As long as demand outpaces supply, housing costs are just going to remain high, and it's going to be difficult for many Washingtonians to advance from renter to homeowner. Now, there are two ways that we can increase supply. Either we can increase the density of housing on land that's already zoned as buildable, or we can expand the boundaries of the Growth Management Act and open more land to development. And there are two bills that are being considered in the Senate that try to help with this. First is a bill that I sponsored, Senate Bill 5221, which would allow the construction of an accessory dwelling unit on property that's outside the urban growth area. It would have to meet certain criteria to ensure that it maintains that rural feel. These accessory dwelling units could be used as a small rental, but more importantly, they could really assist in providing housing for a lot of people in need, such as aging parents, adult children who are just starting out, those with special needs, or maybe even just a friend who's going through a life transition. Next is Senate Bill 5312. It sets up a grant that would allow cities to provide and pay for environmental impact studies that are required as part of the permitting process. It speeds up that long and difficult part of the process, and it's specifically targeted for land near transit stations. This will certainly increase interest in development near those transit areas. It'll decrease costs because the environmental study will already be done. So these are complex problems, and I'll definitely continue working to solve them. But until then, please feel free to contact me anytime by phone or email. And as always, I'm Chris Gildon, and it's an honor serving you.